How do you end a relationship that is built on blood covenant? This is the tragic love story of Mapalo Masiko and Kaluwayo Mwika. A story that I must say did not end well. And the details to the event that led to this tragedy is something that I must warn you is quite graphic. So if it's not too late, trigger warning is now officially in effect. Now, Mapalo and Mwika were said to be lovers. Mapalo was a 21 years old nursing student of Chitambo College at Copperbelt Province in Zambia. The same school Mwika was said to have attended, but at the time of this tragedy, he was said to have also finished his studies at the college, while Mapalo was going into a second year of nursing. Now, it is unclear when they met or how they knew each other, but I want to believe they had met in the school because a lot of their photos together was centered around classrooms and, campus settings. So they may have met in the campus there when Mapalo was a new student, and Mwika must have seen her and thought she was pretty and asked her out, in which she agreed to date him. Now, it's unclear how long they had been together, but judging from the fact that Mapalo was in her second year when this tragedy happened, I want to think they had dated the year before. Probably they were 1 or 2 years into their relationship. Another thing again that isn't clear is the turbulence in their relationship. Of course, relationships comes with their issues. It is not stated if this couple had, on and off issues, if they were fighting, but judging from the situation, it might have seemed that they were actually cool, and probably the fact that Mwika was about to leave the school, maybe Mapalo felt the need to start looking elsewhere for company because Mwika was going to leave the school and move on with his life. According to the story, it was said that Mapalo had already moved on before she even decided to end her relationship with Mwika. But the problem was they had a blood covenant, and according to Mwika, he had already engaged her, so it did not make sense to Mwika that this girl suddenly wanted to leave. But how could Mapalo have left the relationship? On Sunday, the 13th of December 2020, it was said that Mwika and Mapalo decided to meet, where Mapalo had the plans to end things officially with Mwika. She had met someone else by the name of Patrick, and she was totally in love with Patrick and was no longer in love with Mwika. It is unclear if she had communicated this to Mwika, but it might have seemed so, which may have prompted Mwika to opt to meet Mapalo in person so they could talk things over. Now, from Mwika's side, he wanted to rehash things. He wanted to, settle things. He wanted to right his wrong. He did not want to lose Mapalo. He tried to beg Mapalo to, consider. He tried to beg Mapalo to stay with him, but Mapalo seemed to have made up her mind. According to what was said, Mapalo told Mwika that, that things had to end, and she was already in love with this guy. And so, with that in mind, Mwika lured Mapalo and told her that they should take a walk. They ended up going to a bush in the school campus there, where according to Mwika, he tried to convince her to give the relationship a second chance. But Mapalo was very sure that she was done with Mwika. However, Mapalo made an offer to Mwika, an offer that may have seemed a little tempting, but I did not know the end game to that offer. It was said that Mapalo offered to have sex with Mwika one more time. She said that she would give him anything, even give him a child. But she doesn't love him anymore and wants to be with the guy called Patrick. Now, I don't understand the science behind her wanting to carry Mwika's child, even knowing that she was already in a relationship with Patrick. I mean, I wouldn't have known how Patrick would have felt about that, but It just seemed a little odd to me, and it kind of gave me the feeling that maybe Mapalo really wanted to get out of the relationship. Maybe Mapalo wanted to get out of the blood covenant by all means. It's even possible that there was probably no Patrick. It's even possible that this girl probably did not even have another boyfriend on the side. She just probably wanted to get out of the relationship. She probably just wanted to just get out of the blood covenant by all means. I want to believe at the time they took the blood covenant, at the time they took the oath, she was probably very young at the time. Judging by the age she had died at 21, I'm going to assume she was probably 19, going on 20 at the time she met Emweka, and also at the time they made that blood covenant. So clearly she was very young and in love. And I also want to believe Emweka must have been the one to have pushed for the blood covenant, because he seemed to be really into her. But if that's not the case, if for some reason there was a Patrick there, I still don't understand why Mapalo would have offered to carry Emweka's child or even sleep with him one last time. Anyway, after Mapalo made the offer, Emweka took the offer. According to Emweka, they had sex in the bush, and after they finished having sex, they had an issue again, because Emweka was trying to, you're trying to break up with a guy, you should not be giving him sex, because he would not want to let that go. I don't understand what Mapalo was thinking. If you really wanted to end things with him, you shouldn't even see him anymore. Not to talk of giving him sex. I guess Emweka was trying to see maybe from the sex Mapalo would change her mind, or or maybe he was also trying to consider the fact that he was going to let her go, but maybe having sex with her again kind of brought back those feelings. And so immediately they finished having sex in the bush, Emweka brought up the fact that they should keep on dating, and Mapalo was very sure. Mapalo was very certain that she was done with Emweka, despite the fact that they had just finished making love. It was at this point that Emweka attacked her with his both hands to her neck and choked the life out of her. As if that was not enough, he picked up a tree branch, a stick, and smashed her head open like a book. Now, after he'd left, after he had finished doing this atrocity, after he had finished killing Mapalo, he called one of his friends and told him everything he had just done, in a really less remorseful way, almost as though that if she is alive she should be thankful to her God, but he was sure that she was dead. And he directed him of where they could find her body. He also told the friend that he too was going to end his own life, and he directed the friend to where they could find him too, and his phone will be left open so that there will be no need for password in case anybody wanted to check his phone for investigation or something like that, just to be sure that he did it himself and there was no foul play. Mapalo's body was found in the bush, just as Emweka had described to his friend over the phone. And soon afterwards, just barely hours apart, Emweka was said to have committed suicide by hanging himself in the same school compound, just meters apart from where they found Mapalo's body. I honestly may not have known how else this could have gone, but in my head, in my opinion, Mapalo should never had offered Emweka anything, or Mapalo should have probably found a way to have ended the relationship without letting him know that there was another guy. But I would like to hear your thoughts on this. Do you guys think that the blood covenant played a role in this? Do you guys think that there is some kind of force, spiritual force in blood covenant that truly bind people in their life and in their death? Because a lot of people are speculating that it may have been due to the blood covenant. Had it been that there wasn't any blood covenant, maybe the universe, maybe the spiritual forces wouldn't have tied them both in life and death. Alright, thank you guys for watching. I hope you liked this video. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed yet. Turn on the notification button so that you get notified whenever there is a new video.